This is gonna be the first YouTube video I've ever made for this channel. It's gonna be the first YouTube video I've ever made, period. So obviously it's a learning process for me, just like it's a learning process for anybody that starts anything new. But for the first review today, we're gonna have a battle right here. It's gonna be a we're gonna have a battle between the fitness, healthy cookie, protein cookie cult, right? So on my left, we have the Buff Bake peanut butter cup protein cookie, right? On the right, we're gonna go with the Lenny's and Larry's, or the Lenny and Larry's. Today we have a showdown. Today's face-off. Today's showdown. On my right, Lenny and Larry's complete cookie, peanut butter. On my left, Buff Bake peanut butter cup protein cookie. We're gonna look at both of them. We're gonna take a deep, nice, hard look at both of them, and we're gonna see which one tastes better, which one has a better, let's say, dunkability in some cashew milk. And yeah, let's dive right in. So, starting with the Buff Bake, let's take a look at its packaging, right? Grabs the attention. It's got, I'm not sure if you can see that really, but it's got a little bit of a shine to it. Pretty loud in its coloring, kind of orange coloring, I guess, for like a peanut butter-ish, orange and brown peanut butter-ish feeling that it gives you when you pick it up. Feeling in the packaging, pretty heavy. It lists some key things on the back here, or at least things that the company feels are important. Hormone-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, high in fiber, no sugar, alcohol, soft bakes, no trans fat. Okay, cool. So for the fresh out of the oven taste, they want you to microwave it for 10 seconds. So we will do that. There's gonna be a couple different tests we make on the cookie. But let's open up the packaging and see what this thing looks like. Here it is in all of its glory. Pretty thick cookie. I'm not sure if you can see this or if the camera picks it up, but in the middle, it does look a little bit moist right here, right? It's got some chocolate chunks in it. I like it. So far, pretty impressed. Pretty dense feeling. Would imagine it's a good thing, right? Put that aside for right now. On to the Lenny and Larry's complete cookie, peanut butter. More of a subdued packaging. Simple white and orange. States their peanut butter. It also states some things up top that they find important. 8 grams of fiber, no eggs, no dairy, no soy, no non-GMO, and vegan. They kind of go right along and do the same thing on the back. They list considerably more. But let's open this up and see what she looks like. A little bit of crumbs. At first glance, much stronger peanut butter smell on the Lenny and Larry's. It's got the chunks that you can visibly see on the front. Overall, about this, it's so like it is a moist cookie. It wants to fall apart on me almost. Two very different looks to these cookies. This does feel much more moist, has a much stronger smell. Now, let's do some taste tests. Here's the cross section of the Lenny and Larry's. Okay, you see it's a little more moist on the bottom. Here is the cross section of the Buff Bake. Seems to be a bit more moist on the top. Okay, so we have the cookie cut up a bit. I think it would be good to start the taste test off with just straight out of the package. You were to open this thing up after buying it and eat it. So I have my bites, I have some water, clear the palate after the first one, and then we'll give a score based off of right out of the package. Because that's key. Maybe you don't have a microwave to warm it up, maybe you don't have milk to dip it in. So here we go. This is the first bite of the Lenny and Larry's peanut butter cookie. It smells very good. My mouth is actually salivating. I would say it's moist. Tastes like peanut butter, that's for sure. You do get a hint of not that like protein dryness. Maybe there's some sort of protein involved. But overall, tastes like peanut butter, is moist and dense, and has a good chew. Next, we're on to our Buff Bake first bite. Looking pretty good. There's some good peanut butter chunks in there. Not as strong as the peanut butter smell, but we're gonna give it a try here and see how it is. Right off the bat, much chewier, but there is a more wow. Much chewier, but there is a more synthetic taste. Not as strong of a peanut butter taste, much chewier and a feeling of more like density than the Lenny and Larry's, but it does taste more synthetic than the Lenny's and Larry's cookie. So the next test we will do, we'll microwave each second bite. Both cookies have come directly out of the microwave for 10 seconds. Buff Bake specifically advertises microwaving for 10 seconds to get the fresh out of the oven taste. So we'll try them first because I tried the Lenny and Larry's first last time. So here we go. Honestly, the chewiness is the same, density is the same. It enhanced the peanut butter flavor, it feels like. Tastes like a bit. I would say the microwaving helped the Buff Bake in my eyes. Wow, the warmness of this Lenny and Larry's is very good. Wow. Lenny's and Larry's warmed up. Tastes more of like a cookie fresh out the oven. Interesting. Very good cookie. Right now, the Lenny and Larry's is more enjoyable to eat. Let's try a dunkability test. So for the dunkability test, we have some cashew milk, unsweetened. It's just what I drink. I'm not a milk person anymore, just because 25 calories for 8 ounces versus 120. There's a relatively big difference there. So we'll pour some of that in a glass. We'll stick with the 10-second timer because we did 10 seconds for the microwave, so we might as well just do 10 seconds of dunkability. Okay, so we have our cashew milk. We're starting with the Lenny and Larry's. We'll dunk it in for 10 seconds, eat it, see if it changes anything. That's what it looks like coming out of the milk dunk. I wouldn't say it really changes the flavor. It also doesn't absorb much of the milk. Still though, very good cookie. Very good cookie. Here we have the buff baked. We'll do a 10-second dunk. See if it changes anything about the flavor. Makes it more enjoyable. But as of right now, the Lenny and Larry's cookie is gonna have to be the one that I take in the peanut butter challenge. That's what it looks like. Almost lost it there. I almost lost it in the milk. That would have been horrible. So let's give it a try. So the buff bake absorbs a lot more of the milk than the Lenny and Larry's, which gives it a nice texture if you're into like a nice soggy cookie after you've dipped it in some milk. Whereas the Lenny and Larry's didn't pick up much of the milk. So in the dunk test, I think I'd have to go buff bake, just because it picked up more of the liquid, and if you're dunking cookies in a liquid, that's what you're going for. So for these cookies, the way we'll rate this is, they'll get a score out of 10 for straight out of the package, microwavability, and dunkability. First up, we have Lenny and Larry's peanut butter cookie. Straight out of the package, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It was dense, pretty moist, and tasted good, smelled a lot stronger of peanut butter. For microwave, I think 8.5 would be good, just because it was then warm while you were biting into it, and it gave it more of that straight out of the oven taste. As far as dunkability goes, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It didn't really absorb any of the cashew milk, and just kind of had it on its outer layer. So you didn't get any of the moisture from the cashew milk getting absorbed. Next up, the buff bake. Straight out of the package, extremely chewy, somewhat artificial tasting, and overall, peanut butter smell was not all that there. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10 straight out of the package. I'm gonna continue that 6.5 into the microwave. The microwavability, just because when you microwave this cookie, yes, it warmed it up, but it didn't really increase the peanut butter flavor much or make it really come to the surface. And it didn't soften up as much. When I say it was very chewy, it was considerably more chewy than the Lenny and Larry's complete cookie. But when it comes to dunkability, I'll give this a 9. It absorbed a good amount of that cashew milk. It added to the chewiness. It wasn't as extremely chewy, and it made it more pleasurable to eat. It softened it up. It was like kind of that gooey texture that you're looking for when you're dunking cookies in milk. So in conclusion, the buff bake tallied 22 points. Yet the Lenny and Larry's edged it out slightly with 22.5 points, making Lenny and Larry's peanut butter the winner in this head-to-head challenge. If you enjoy these types of videos, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. I plan on doing more in the future with this channel. Thanks.